Hey guys, it's Brendan and my buddy Primo, and today we're just going to talk a little bit about getting back into YouTube, because I know it's been quite a while for me, and as soon as this video uploads, he's also going to have a video on his channel talking about getting back into YouTube. But there's a whole plethora of reasons why we haven't done it in a while. Our lives have completely changed. The things we do in life has changed. I'm doing some of the same things, but on a different scale. And a lot of it is just time and energy and output and all of the things that go into this. And the cool thing is this entire video, along with the video he's posting up on his channel, are filmed entirely on an iPhone. So we both have great cameras, but we're not using them.
Not at all.
Because we want to field test, like, what's it like to put out a ton of content that we enjoy and hopefully you guys enjoy, that is at a caliber or a level where you guys are getting the information that you like and getting an insight into our lives, while not waiting a year or two or three for another video. So today we're just going to kind of chat about YouTube and our lives and getting back into it and what that means for us.
I think the problem that I had with YouTube for the longest time was the consistency aspect of it. Is just the whole, like, you know, people tell you when you look at YouTube videos and they say, oh, when you get into YouTube, use what you have. And that's very true, because like you said, we're filming on an iPhone right now. And sure, we have some of the latest iPhones, which have the cinematic mode on it, so it makes it look a lot better. We have a really great lighting system in here, and all the props and cool stuff that we have in the background just makes it look better. But as you can see, we're just using a phone for this, and we're getting the job done. And the problem for the longest time is, you know, I'm a Sony guy, so I have a Sony a7 III, and I've been using that for years. And he's got a Canon 1DX Mark II, and both of those cameras are insane. They're industry leading, they're beautiful, and when people film YouTube videos on those cameras, you can tell that it's a really nice camera. And the problem with those for me is I solely work on iPad. I don't even use my computer pretty much ever, and the file sizes on these cameras are absurd. Like, filming a video that's 10 or 15 minutes long with these great lenses and cameras and everything, you know, uploading it to your iPad or uploading it to your computer, you know, color grading everything, doing all this crazy stuff to it, it just got to the point where I was like, you know what, I would love to just set something up, film it, already have it on my phone and not have to worry about it. And that's why we're testing out this whole iPhone thing, because for the longest time it was just about, I want to be consistent with YouTube. Because, you know, the name of the game with YouTube is consistency. You want to post several times a week and you want people to be able to expect something out of you. But I just, you know, with the fact that I have so many clients and so much work, I got to the point where I'm like, I don't have time to be setting up this really crazy camera and doing all these color grades and editing and all this kind of stuff. So I'm happy we're doing it this way, because for me, what's more important than the actual quality of the filming is the quality of the content and putting out more of the content itself. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, like I just posted a video last week talking about how, like, I have done so much over the last several years that no one has ever seen. Like, I post a really nice, beautiful photo on Instagram, and I've had people ask, like, who makes your stuff? And I'm like, me! But how would they know? Because I've never shown them. Like, I rarely post a photo of me making anything, let alone a YouTube video showing the entire process.
Right.
And this whole place here is full of stuff that I make, but you guys have been deprived of seeing that because I've been too busy to show you. And honestly, like, it's time to show that stuff.
Right. And I think also we're coming into this stage as a culture of short form videos being the popular wave of things. First of all, everybody knows Instagram is just awful. It's gotten terrible. Everybody's noticing it. engagement's down. Nobody is seeing anybody's stuff anymore, and the only thing they care about is trying to pretend to be TikTok.
Yep.
And TikTok is its own beast, and it rewards you for doing certain things that it wants you to do, paying to play, all that kind of stuff. And people blow up on TikTok because of showing some of their process and what they do and how they do it. And that's really cool. I definitely want to be able to show more people how, I go about things. Brendan wants to do the same. But I feel like YouTube is kind of, it's been around for the longest, like out of all these things, but it's still the wave of the future. It's still a place where somebody can go create a channel and then potentially make a living off of that thing.
Well, that's a key point, because YouTube is the only platform that you can monetize to every level and actually get paid as a maker, as a creator. And by creator, I mean like creating content. Because if you post anything on Instagram, you're not going to get paid.
Right.
They make you pay to get it shown.
Right.
And TikTok is literally like Russian roulette with your content. One video, the exact same quality as the next video, might do great, and the next video, you might do 10 times the amount of work and get a tenth of the viewers.
Yeah, and people aren't going to see it, and that's a great point when you said that, YouTube pays you while the others, they want you to pay them to be seen. And, case in point, I told Brendan, a couple times now, just this little experiment that I did. I have a TikTok page where I show all my artwork on there, and it, it didn't really have much of a following, wasn't getting any views. And then I decided one day, you know what? I'm going to start this channel on TikTok just to see how the algorithm works. And it's going to be a nothing page. It's just going to be about me zooming in on Google Earth to find famous, film locations or something like that. And I started doing that, and within a matter of 2 weeks, I had 15,000 followers on there.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you that they don't really care so much about creators. They care more about just the content and the scrolling and the fun aspect of it or whatever. And that's absolutely right. The second you want your video to do better, you got to re-up tokens on TikTok and pay them money for it to happen. Whereas on YouTube, if you have a good following and you have people that are interested and are actually subscribed to your channel and they're clicking the bell, making sure that they see when you post, they're going to come and watch that video, and then you're going to get paid for it, because that's what YouTube is all about. And as you mentioned to me earlier, YouTube is the second largest search engine on the internet?
Only second to Google, and Google owns them. Right. So they're integrated.
Right, and that's very true, because every time YouTube has saved my life so many times. I have an old house here in Jamestown, and it was built in 1911, so everything in it is constantly breaking. It's ancient. And things came with the house, like the washer and dryer and stuff like that. And there was one time my dryer just kind of went out, and I was like, I don't want to call somebody right now and try to figure this out. So I'm gonna I typed on Google. I was actually Google. And I said how to fix this type of dryer, and up popped 5+ YouTube videos on how to fix that exact dryer, and everything you needed to do, and it saved me. It literally saved me probably hundreds of dollars, because all I needed was a $15 belt for the dryer, and I fixed it in a matter of minutes. That's the sort of thing that you can do on YouTube.
I was in the middle of Utah, and my taillight went out, and I was like, first of all, closest gas station is probably 100 miles away. Second of all, I didn't know how to take out the taillight, because you literally had to pull stuff out in order to replace the bulb. And I just went on YouTube, and in 2 minutes I knew how.
Yep, that's how it's always worked for me with YouTube. And I know that the best part about that is, when I watch those videos, it immediately turns into money for the creators that are making that. I often think to myself, when you go on TikTok or you go on Instagram or whatever it is, all these creators are putting out content and they're getting $0 for that content.
Yeah.
On TikTok, you have to have millions of followers in order to get any any sort of compensation. And I feel like that you're not giving them anything. You're just taking from that creator. and you're not giving anything to them. When I go on YouTube and I watch a video from beginning to end on any subject, whatever it is, that person gets another view, and that view turns into more money for that person in monetization. It's literally, you watch it, they make more money. And I want that for makers. I want that for people. I want that for us. I want to be able to like make content that people love and get paid for it. That would be awesome.
Like, I hate the whole starving artist idea. Yeah. Because there are so many like us that, you know, make quality products, do quality art, do quality designs that, like, it takes time and it takes energy, and we do things that, like, also don't pay us. Like, the fact that you have over 20,000 followers on Instagram and it's hardly seen at all.
No.
And so it's time to actually put our energy into a platform that actually cares about us, that actually gives something back and gives us an expectation of like, okay, instead of posting a photo a day for 7 days, we're going to post 2 videos a week. And with an iPhone, it feels a little more possible. Like, I'm not saying that all of my videos are going to be filmed on this iPhone, but it's just a case in point of, if all you have is your phone, you can do this. Because everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has their own unique side to everything. Like, if you're a photographer, you don't need to be like, oh, well, Peter McKinnon already covered everything photography related, so why would I start a channel?
Right.
Because you're unique. Like, if Stock and Barrel was the only leather company on YouTube, then Little King Goods or a whole bunch of these other makers that are on YouTube creating excellent content, they would have never gone anywhere, because they would have been like, well, it's already been done.
Right.
And then there would be like, you know, 10,000 people creating YouTube videos versus the millions of people that are. And there's more than enough room. Like, I consume a lot of YouTube content, and a lot of it is the same from different creators, like on different cameras and things. Like, I can't tell you how many times I'll hop on the treadmill at the gym in the morning and there will be 10 videos about the same stupid camera.
Because that camera just came out, or that phone just came out. Yeah, reviews and stuff.
But they're all different, because each and every one of those photographers or videographers did something different to run it through the paces and see how well it did for them.
Right.
And you might only connect with one of those people, but it might be a different person next time based on how they went about creating that content.
Absolutely. And I feel the same way about what I do. When I first started in graphic design, I had my way of doing things, and I was like, I only want to do an iPad because that's all I had access to. I didn't have access to this giant computer or anything, and I just wanted to do things on my iPad. I didn't want to click a mouse. I didn't want to draw on actual paper, so my next option was drawing on an iPad. And I thought to myself, you know, this is a really great way to do things. And the second I got into it, I got a bunch of like, you can't do this, you can't do that. As a graphic designer, the professional way it is to do it this way, and you have to have vectors, and you have to have this, and you have to design it this way. And I thought, no, you don't. No, you don't at all. Art is art. Creation is creation. However you create your candles, however you create your products, if you're a woodworker or a candle maker, or, you know, you're somebody in pottery, whatever it is, you create that thing how you create it. I create my art the way I create my art, and nobody else can tell me how to do it. I've figured out the avenues, and I've figured out the ways to get the job done when it comes to the industry standards and vectors and all that kind of stuff, but I do it all on the iPad, and I've figured that out for myself through trial and error and watching a lot of YouTube videos.
And case in point, like, the graphics on this candle are really little, right? But then I also have a 10-foot banner over there with the coffee dude on it. Like,
they're all
you
around
can't
us.
do that without vectorizing it.
Right. And I figured out a way.
You should go to his channel and watch how to vectorize Procreate art, because it's an excellent video, and it's also what pops up on Google whenever you search that topic.
Yeah. And you know, things have changed over the years, programs have changed, and so I'm actually doing an update video on that and everything. But all that to say, yes, I mean, as creators, as artists, we can do things the way we want to do them, whether that's filming things on an iPhone so we have it on our phone and it's easily accessible to us to edit and get it out to you. I think this sort of thing, doing it your way, is more important than kind of doing it the way everybody is expecting you to do it. And so, if you have a channel that you want to start on YouTube, whether it's about camera gear or being an artist or whatever it is, you can't think to yourself, well, somebody's already done that before, because there's only one you, and you have to make sure that you get your version of that out there so everybody can see how creative you are.
Yeah, and follow along with everything that we make, because he's going to be putting out like 1 or 2 videos a week. I'm going to be putting out 1 or 2 or 3 videos a week. I'm hoping to put out as much as possible. But I want you guys to follow along because I want you to be a part of this. Like, that's kind of why we do any of this. I'm getting sick of working on Instagram because
you get no love. You get no love.
Like, this whole business is about supporting makers and creating a space where makers are seen. And obviously I make a lot of the products, but I want this channel and the things that I do to be about makers and about people who make excellent art and make different things. And if you guys are following along and showing up every single time that we post a video and sharing it with the people that you know, it not only helps us, but it helps other makers. Like, who knows, maybe you'll be one of them on the channel at some point. Because one of my favorite things to do is actually to drive to people and visit them in person, check out their space, interview them, and get them on the channel. And I really want to do that more often. But the only way to do that is for this to grow and for you guys to follow along. So I'm going to leave links at the end of this video for you guys to follow his channel. And please subscribe, click the bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. And have a great day.